The 1979 NCAA championship game between Larry Bird's Indiana State Sycamores and Magic Johnson's Michigan State Spartans drew 34.1 million viewers, the highest television rating in college basketball history, still to this day. Now, what does that have to do with women's basketball in 2024? There's a few comparisons we can make, but one, in my opinion, that holds the most weight. Now, we could compare the rivalry between Bird and Magic with the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and how the country was seemingly split into two visually distinct rooting factions, and basketball purists somewhere in the middle. But they've already acknowledged that they're more friends than rivals, and plus, it was Iowa and South Carolina that broke the record. Maybe if they had flipped the years and LSU faced Iowa this year, then that would hold more weight. Maybe there's still a case to be made, but I won't make it. Not now, at least. We could compare Angel Reese to Magic. 2 point guards and power forward bodies, big, marketable personalities, electric smiles, national champions. Some similarities there. There's some similarities there. But Magic did go first. Bird was already signed before the draft. So Magic went first. Angel did go seventh. So that's a little bit of a difference, a minor difference. But either way, that's not the comparison I want to make. Caitlin Clark, Larry Bird. Similarities there. The similarities are obvious. White players from Middle America, university respected games, went to college in state. They both lost the national championships, but they won all the individual awards. Legendary shooters. They're both spicy on the court. I can definitely envision Caitlin going to everybody in 3 point contests and saying who's shooting for second, just like Larry did, or shooting with a jacket on, like Larry did. All of that, all of that, all of that. Probably the strongest comparison yet, honestly. Still not the one to me that holds the most weight. Very close second. Drop a like if you agree, or if you disagree. As long as you're still here with me, drop a like. The comparison, or actually the similarity between the two situations that I find the most interesting is the place where the men's game was then and where the women's game is now. That's the comparison I want to make. And let's get into it. Okay. That national championship game broke the viewership record in 79. This year's women's national championship game broke the viewership record in 2024. After that game in 79, the television rights fee for the NCAA tournament more than tripled to 48 million in 1982. The contract then doubled to 96 million in 85, and then jumped to 166 million in 88. So every 3 years, more than tripled, then it doubled, and doubled again. Fast forward to today. NCAA just signed a new television rights deal for $920 million over 8 years. That deal values the women's basketball tournament at $65 million annually, or twice its previous price. So the price just doubled. I do believe that excludes the national championship games. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I think. The main point was the valuation of the women's tournament just doubled, and likely will do so again, if not more so, on the next round. Looking at the pro leagues, the NBA was 33 years old. Magic Johnson's salary for his first 4 years, his rookie contract, $460,000 per year. Larry made $650K a year. That same season, Moses Malone and Bill Walton, they earned the league's first ever $1 million salaries. All right, today, the WNBA is 28 years old. Clark will earn just over 76,000. Angel will earn just over 74,000 for the season. The highest paid player in the league will be Jackie Young of the Aces for $252,000 season. Yeah, we need to get that up. The current CBA expires at 27, but they do have the option to end that deal and renegotiate at the end of this season. So, will they reach their first $1 million salaries next season? Hopefully. Hopefully, if they end the contract this year, renegotiate, hopefully they can get some of those salaries up to $1 million. You would actually need $4 million today to equate to $1 million back in 1979. So actually, they need to get them over $1 million, maybe closer to two. Who knows? But with them adding franchises like Golden State's new WNBA team that already sold out its season tickets a year in advance before they even play, people like Serena Williams and anybody with money and sense that probably wants to add another franchise to the league before it gets too expensive to do so, because I'm sure their price is blowing up as we speak. The money, if it isn't there now, it's on the way. So we should see some salary changes soon. And for anybody thinking that this is only a moment, that all the attention that college basketball is beginning will go away now that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are in the WNBA. Here's an expert from an article on 538.com by Neil Payne. It was written in March 2020. And I quote, whatever momentum women's basketball had a few weeks ago will likely be gone by the time it resumes again. And it did have momentum. The women's NCAA tournament saw its highest attendance in 15 years in 2019, and television ratings for the final were slightly up year over year. February site traffic was up for 11 of the WNBA's 12 teams, and 6 teams saw a traffic increase at least twofold from 2019, headlined by the defending champion Washington Mystics, whose traffic was up 837% in 2020. That's 837% in 2020. The team with the second largest surge in ticket interest, up 234%, was the New York Liberty, and that's no coincidence. Liberty had the first pick in the 2020 draft, and one of the other trends Vivid Seats noted was that Oregon's women's basketball ticket prices had exploded during Ionescu's 4 seasons in Eugene, a testament to her drawing power. Now, doesn't that last line sound familiar? That last line about Ionescu, like you can take that out and put Clark in, and it would read the same today. Her drawing power, ticket price exploding. But even before her, the prices started going up. Like that had nothing to do with the Mystics going up 837% in site traffic. Okay, what we know now is that 4 years later, women's basketball did regain its momentum. Actually, a lot sooner than that. As soon as it restarted, regained its momentum. As soon as the real restarted. What we shouldn't forget, though, is that it's been on the way up for a long time because people seem to think this is a new thing. It's like a trend. It's a fad. It's not. It's been on the way for a long time. Even before Ionescu, even before Clark and Reese, obviously. It's going to continue to expand. If this year's graduating class is for the women's game what Bird Magic was for the men's game, then we already know what we can expect next. We know how the story goes. It only continues to get bigger, better. As soon as we think we've seen as good as it gets, that's when something comes along that we've never seen before, right? And it never takes long either. In fact, there's usually some overlap between who has now and who has next. So I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. With Caitlin Clark gone, with Angel Reese gone, who's going to step up and push the game forward another notch? And if you're familiar with players in high school or you are a player in high school, let me know who you think has next. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Sincerely, this is Mike. I'll catch you on the next one.